You're on.
Welcome to Cloud Dancer Speaks. Well, this free snap has got the world by the throat. It's like a dark shadow has descended over the earth and is moving across it. And wherever it moves, it leaves this freezing hardship. But I will compliment some of the Christian churches who have left their doors open to bring in the homeless and those that are sleeping outside. These I compliment. Some of the rescue units that are going out looking for these people to bring them to safety, including the police force, the emergency services. I think they're doing a great job trying to preserve life. It's been a great Christmas and it's been a good New Year. But what a start. What a start. Over here at the moment it's 3 degrees. The sun's shining, it's a blue sky and it looks like a summer's day. But that's as far as it bloody well goes, kids. It's freezing the nuts off me. And of course, as usual, poor Dark Raven one has got blankets snuggled up around her.
No, I have not.
Curled up and snug and warm. Poor hubby out here freezing his nuts off. I don't think that's fair. But going into town yesterday, it was a bit traumatic with the rain and the freezing cold. It's the winds. Oh, but enough complaining. What's there to complain about? We're alive. And we can still function. So really, there is nothing to complain about. Human beings, you know, are strange creatures. If it's a hot, sweltering day, what do? They complain! Whoopee! If it's freezing, they complain. If it's raining, they complain. Is there anything they can be happy about? I often wonder. Well, I trust you all had a good holiday, a wonderful holiday. I hope you weren't too legless or sick from overeating, which is a terrible thing to do.
And you've done plenty of it.
Listen to it now. Do what? Overeating?
Yeah?
I didn't overeat.
Blasphemy, Mum.
I hardly ate enough to keep a mouse alive.
Liar.
Very big mouse, but there you go.
Especially the chocolate. Which doesn't agree.
Oh, I couldn't take that. Oh, I couldn't eat the chocolate. Oh, nasty stuff.
What lies?
Gee, they're all against me. All against me. Okay, so I had a little tummy upset, huh?
A big one.
Yeah, I do it every year, don't I? But all in all, it was a great time. It was a very special time. Even the doggy had their treats. The dogs had their treats, and they had their Christmas treats and thingies. So I think it all went well. Now, as you have seen on the television, we have to prepare for the holidays. Yippee! All the hotels and the holiday resorts are there advertising like bloody mad. They want your lolly. You know, people go on holiday and they exert themselves to the maximum with things they don't normally exert themselves. That's not a holiday. That is fucking pure torture. Well, folks, the Spirit is moving in a weird and wonderful way at the moment. We have witnessed many, many strange things that are occurring. What isn't occurring is some of the members on this site who are too idle and too lazy to leave a comment. Well, they're going to have a shock soon, a big shock. Yeah. Why did this happen to me? Because you're a lazy git and you're too bad-mannered to even leave comments to Dark Raven One or myself or to each other. You sad, pathetic individuals. I'd like to thank those who have been close to Dark Raven One and we try to help as much as we can. For in this day, pagans will have to stick close together. What is a pagan? Interesting point. Some pagans, they worship some strange, malevolent goddess out of the depths of the earth. Some worship Egyptian gods. Some worship all sorts of things. What do I worship? I don't. I do not worship any god. I do not bow down to benevolent gods or anything else. I do not believe in or associate with gods. We are all equal. And if that is so, why should I bow down before a god if I'm equal to him? You say, well, a god can create. What the hell do you think a painter does? Or a sculptor? Or a great musician? They create. Ah, no, well, you see, they create life. So does every human being on this earth. The power that you have in the deep recesses of your mind is so strong, you just haven't learned to tap into it. There is a Christian saying that faith moves mountains. The mountains are in your mind. Move them and you've got a massive amount of power at your fingertips. Learn to associate with the living force, the living energy, the bornless ones. I've heard some weird and wonderful idiots, and it's so pathetic. Oh, I'm channeling Mandela. Whee! I'm channeling Spaceman. I'm channeling Auntie Nellie's spirit. I can feel it round me. You poor pathetic little people. Channeling masters, channeling things that are going to benefit you and spirits that will benefit you, I can understand, but not these weird and wonderful fantasies. Let's cover this for a minute. There you are transferred off this earth. Your body is deep underground and decaying somewhere, and you are now in Summerland. You're settling down in Summerland and you're not interested in earth, because believe you me, when spirit leaves this earth, they are not interested in one little iota of it. It disappears out of their mind. They're not interested. They're excited over what they're seeing. Now imagine for 1 minute this spirit that's gone to Summerland. He's so happy. He can't believe his luck. And all of a sudden, his phone rings. Oh yeah, I suppose he got a cell phone. But we'll just say, for instance, bear with me. I'll get there eventually. His cell phone rings. And he's got to answer it. So he answers it, and then it rings again, and he answers it, and it rings again. These people on earth are so incapable of understanding. When spirit crosses over, it does not communicate with Auntie Nellie, Uncle George, or any other bloody thing. It's too involved in what it's doing on the astral worlds. Some spirits, however, that I don't know how to put this. Some spirits get...
that are assigned.
Eh?
Some spirits are assigned to help with Earth.
Oh yeah, well, that we do know. Some spirits are assigned to help on Earth, but this is very advanced spirits. They're not Auntie Nellie who just kicked the bucket. There is a complete understanding. But to be disturbed continually by assholes who think they're channeling, oh, they're such pathetic. They want you to worship them. It's a form of spiritual worship, transference, if you like, which is a load of cobblers. So when you hear someone channeling all these people, very seldom does anyone channel spirit of someone that has crossed over, unless they're very, very advanced. The reason being is, as I said, you don't want someone keep banging on your door all the time wanting to talk. You've got enough problems in your own on the astral worlds without having to deal with earth problems as well. That's why some spirits are so advanced they're sent to earth to deal with it. So all you who are going to spiritualists and to contact a loved one, don't be conned. Don't be conned. It's so pathetic. The force of energy that you can tap is an unbelievable force. It defies anything you can imagine when you can tap it. Dark Raven One can, as I can. But this didn't take one lifetime. This took many lifetimes to understanding what happens to that life force when it leaves your body. Does it have another flesh and blood body on another dimension? Now this is interesting because it could have. It could have left this world and reborn on the same world but on a different dimension to it. Interesting thought. Someone said to me, with all the people that are being born, how can there be more spirits? Oh, for God's sake, wake up. There are dimensions upon dimensions upon dimensions. There are planets upon planets, there are galaxies, ad infinitum, whatever. So, there's still plenty of spirits to go around, as it were. And why, in heaven's name, do you ponder such an argument or such an idea? Why? You should be thinking about your own spiritual advancement. How do you gain this strange power? You gain it by understanding and by love, without hurting. You do one thing, and you do one thing, and it affects loads of different people. And it affects them all down the line. If you make a mess up, it's going to mess up a lot of other people as well. Remember this. No one's asking you to be a goody-goody two-shoes, as it were. Just to be thoughtful and understanding. Like Dark Raven One is with me. She's very thoughtful. She stays in bed.
No, I don't.
And sleeps.
No, I do not.
Oh, bless her heart. Oh, she's a darling.
Masters will be telling you off.
Yep, it looks like I'm in for the doesn't it? I get told off so many times. What do these spirits look like? Well, what your mind forms and identifies with is what the spirit will identify with and form. So, these foolish people who think they've got angel power, no, they haven't. They've got the formless ones working with them, yes, but they certainly haven't got angel power, because angels, that's a different subject altogether. We're dealing with something entirely different. People are so gullible, they'll believe anything you tell them.
19 minutes have passed.
Okay, this is why I vowed I would never lie. And I won't. I'll say as I see, I'll say as whatever happens. I will not lie about anything. I never have and I never will. Dark Raven One is the same. Unlike Little Buffalo who lies his ass off, but that's okay. Well, it's my time for departing. Enjoy and have a prosperous new year, and let's make it a happy one. Namaste.